yo, hello, and hey, yo. Greetings and salutation, how are you doing? Good evening, konnichiwa, and kabawa, gigi desu ka, minasa, in Ohio, go esaimasu, hachime mashite, and welcome back into another reaction video. It's your boy, Mighty Adventure, the multitasker, the one and only, or Mighty Son, at your service. What's up, guys? How are you doing? Doing okay. Just relaxing. Well, actually, I'm drained because it's just another busy morning as usual, but not too bad. But at least it's another beautiful afternoon. Well, it was because it's getting a little darker, and that NXT has already started. So I guess that this is what you consider that NXT after Stand and Deliver. But regardless, Fatal Fury, City of the Wolves is going to be coming out tomorrow, and I'm pretty sure that some of you already got the game of the early access, and which I don't. So that sucks for me. So, but I'm cool with it either way. That I'm excited, and I just cannot wait to get my hands on. Once again, it's going to be coming out tomorrow. So, with that on the mind, that there is a special clip that did came out that was this past weekend. And speaking of which, I still can't believe and I'm assuming that Triple H that called DJ Salvatore to come to Las Vegas, not just to promote himself, but to promote for the game. So that was pretty wild. And if I remember correctly, when I used to play the King of Fighters All-Star Mobile, if it serves me right, that there was a time that there was a lot of crossover packages from Street Fighter and WWE. So that has something to do with this. And yet it did caught the attention, all right? So that was still pretty cool. And that now I am going to be reacting to a special video that is considered that reliving of the story of how all things started, in which this is of the path of the legendary Hungry Wolf, which is of the title The Story of Fatal Fury, aka Garo Densetsu. So let's go ahead and take a look at this one, and let's go from there. So without further ado, it's time to react.
Prologue. Evil afoot in Southtown. Southtown, the world's most dangerous city. Here the mighty gather, rising above by virtue of their strength alone. Among them was the wise master Tung Fu and his two disciples, Geese Howard and Jeff Bogard. Entangled in a rivalry of strength, Geese murdered his fellow disciple, anticipating Jeff would one day oppose his sinister ambitions. Episode 1, Revenge of the Wolves. Terry and Andy Bogard, Jeff's adopted sons, swear to avenge his death. They train diligently for the fateful encounter. With friend Joe Higashi, they pick their moment to pounce. King of Fighters, a martial arts tournament held by Geese.
The very first King of Fighters tournament.
Aware that Jeff's sons have come for him, Geese tries to erase Terry, now KOF champion, with his own two hands.
That soy sauce.
Their furious fight ends with the Kingpin falling off Geese Tower to his death. Episode 2, From Death Comes More Darkness. Time passes and Southtown settles into a fragile calm. But those quiet days are shattered by the announcement of a new KOF. Hosting this tournament is none other than Geese Howard's stepbrother, Wolfgang Krauser von Stroheim. Krauser seeks the mantle of world's strongest by hunting down Geese's greatest adversary. 3 fearsome enforcers aid Krauser in his quest,
Lawrence
But the
T. Ward.
hungry wolf simply cannot be subdued. Episode 0, Heir to the Bloodline. A young boy lives with his sickly mother on the outskirts of Southtown. Her condition grave, he sets off for Geese Tower with a desperate plea. There, the boy seeks help from his father, the ruthless Geese Howard, but is sent away empty-handed. With all hope lost, resentment towards Geese wells up within. The child is Rock Howard, and years later he comes into Terry's care. With that, their journey and unbreakable bond begins. Episode 3, Final Rise and Fall. Geese is back as if from beyond the grave, and he brings another KOF with him as proof. Once again, Terry faces off with his father's killer atop Geese Tower. A battle of dark destiny, a moment of deja vu. Terry reaches out into the abyss, but Geese will not be saved. A conflicted Rock confronts Terry over his father's fate, and yet is unsure why. Episode 4, 10 Years On. Rock matures in both mind and body under Terry's wing. One day, a familiar envelope arrives. King of Fighters has come again. The organizer this time is one Kine R. Heinlein. His motives, however, remain shrouded in mystery. At the tournament's climax, Kine reveals a shocking truth. Rock's mother is alive. This compels Rock to join forces with Kine. He bids farewell to Terry, a young heart in turmoil. Episode 5, A Question of Legacy.
Chain reaction.
Sometime later, mysterious KOF invitations make their way across the city once more. A legacy of darkness. A truth coming to light. Which path will Rock take forward? Fatal Fury, City of the Wolves.
All right, so that's pretty much the story from the beginning of the prologue, to the prequel of the path which led to the vengeance of the wolves, and to the ending that was the episode 4, which that was clearly that's Rock's ending, and that he had no choice but to go along with Kane to find his mother. And now that fast forward that 10 years, that the new invitation of the King of Fighters tournament, and which that led to City of the Wolves. So, I was kind of curious that in the prequel or the prologue that Jeff is wearing of that familiar jacket. So, was this considered that was a memento that Terry was wearing? Because that would make sense of that why he's wearing a different jacket in the Mark of the Wolves. But I do like the images that narrates of every episode of the story, and all it does is it reminds me so much of the animated movies that's a little loosely a little loosely that is how it's different from the arcade cabinets, but the story that was considered that was a groundbreaking from the first movie, the sequel, and yeah, sadly that we didn't get the third entry that is to the battle to victory, but mostly that I remember the most of the motion picture movie that was the best one, and this was all original story to it. So I would like to see that if they could just revived of the some of the classic films, or being given of the the retake of the story, that using of the animation and that style of the art there, because it does kind of give it a little bit of a comic book panel there. But this is still that looking at this, and that it gives us such of a deja vu of the older games back then, when it first arrived into America. And that I still remember to that day when it showed the demo and the intro of Fatal Fury, and seeing that Terry stands on the top of the cliff and looking at the view of Southtown. That's where I remember mostly that I was being so drawn to. And most of the times it goes from Andy to Joe. And looking at the image right there, of the first episode, that it's to me that is an instant deja vu for me. But this is pretty cool, and it's solid the narration. So definitely did that more enough reasons that I'll be looking forward to this game. So if you guys are excited as well, and I'm pretty sure that some of you are completely elated that the Salvatore just showed up on WrestleMania. That was this past Saturday. So that's still pretty cool as hell. But if you guys enjoy this, and if you are looking forward to this game, hit the like button, and also leave a comment down below, and I'll catch y'all in the next video. So take care, guys, and peace.